The world of outbound sales has fundamentally transformed. What once worked through sheer persistence and daily call quotas now demands a smarter, more strategic approach. This presentation explores why the traditional volume-based model is outdated and what successful sales professionals are doing instead. For decades, sales success was measured almost entirely by activity metrics. The philosophy was simple. Make 100 calls a day, hit your numbers, fill the pipeline, and let the law of averages work in your favor. However, the environment that made high-volume cold calling effective has fundamentally changed. Today's buyers are more informed, and the tools, data, and tolerance for irrelevant outreach have evolved. Sales teams had little to no information about their prospects before picking up the phone. Company research meant consulting directories or annual reports, if you could find them. Without targeting precision or personalization capabilities, repetition was the only available lever. This wasn't laziness or poor strategy, it was adaptation to the constraints of the era. Call volume became the default metric because it was simple to track and measure. Managers could easily see who was hitting their numbers and who wasn't. As measurement became easier, it began to replace strategic thinking. The core problem is that when tools and information available to sales teams evolved dramatically, most organizations kept measuring success the same way they always had. The most successful sales teams have flipped the traditional model on its head. Instead of starting with volume and hoping for relevance, they begin with crystal clear differentiation and let volume naturally adjust to fit. Relevance reduces required volume by design. You connect with fewer people, but the right people. Today's sales environment is fundamentally different from even 5 years ago. Prospects now have unprecedented access to data, and their expectations for relevance have skyrocketed accordingly. Real-time professional histories, job change signals, CRM intelligence, and immediate relevance are expected before you even finish your opening sentence. Activity metrics are attractive to managers because they're simple, objective, and require no interpretation. However, measuring the quality of conversations, the relevance of outreach, or the strength of relationships requires judgment, context, and nuance. What gets measured gets managed, but what gets managed isn't always what matters. Organizations cling to high-volume calling for a reason that has nothing to do with effectiveness. It's easier than confronting deeper strategic problems. When you're making 100 calls a day, there's no time to ask whether you're calling the right people, with the right message, at the right time. The bottom line is that this is a strategy problem disguised as an effort problem. Effective sales leadership requires recognizing that different reps operate differently. Some are still building pipeline and need higher volume. Others have refined their approach and generate more from fewer, better conversations. The goal isn't uniformity, it's production. True productivity in modern sales isn't about doing more, it's about doing better. The breakthrough insight is recognizing that preparation is more valuable than repetition. One well-prepared call can open more pipeline than 10 generic ones. Quality compounds over time. The future of outbound sales belongs to teams that recognize cold calling as part of a larger strategic framework, not the entire strategy itself. Success requires rethinking activity inherited from the volume-driven era. Organizations that adapt will outperform those that don't by working smarter, not harder.